Hi everyone, this is Mike Gordon, and welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Tommy Lasorda Baseball. Once again, we are playing the San Francisco Giants. And I checked, this is the last one, promise. But man, was this a fun one. No save states at all. And though this wasn't a perfect game, it's quite possibly the most fun I've had playing this game up to this point in time. Just utter domination from start to finish. Every quarter just about had something worth talking about. Don't believe me? Check this out. Just got my first foul of the game and I have 2 men on base with 0 outs. Just when I was about to get ready to go on an early roll, I wind up getting 1 out after another. The only thing I got right was the control scheme. You actually need to hold the corresponding button on the D-pad and then press C to go back, not A. Yep, controls are just as confusing as ever, but other than that, I really couldn't capitalize on my early success. I actually thought I made a critical mistake at this part, but it didn't really matter since the outfielder caught the ball anyways, giving me my 3rd out. The mistake I mentioned was not figuring out the controls so I could go back, but it didn't matter since that was my 3rd out. So that's that. All that progress in the first quarter with nothing to show for it. But trust me, my efforts won't be in vain for much longer. Now I'm saying this even though I'm just about to blow my shot at a perfect game at the opening quarter. I thought about resetting here since it's early on in the game, but I figured that I might as well keep it interesting. It's not like I screwed up badly or anything. He simply got the first right before I did. But the second inning pretty much plays out like a typical inning. I know it's odd hearing me say these things when the opposing pitcher keeps throwing outside the strike zone, but trust me, this is, for the most part, a pretty standard inning. I hit the ball, they either catch it or get it to first, and then it's an out. In fact, aside from that one hit that got away from me in the bottom of the first, I do not give up a single hit for the rest of the game. I did manage to get one of my men to base with a strong hit parallel to the foul line, meaning none of the fielders were able to get to it on time. In fact, here it is, the hit that I just talked about. I end up stealing second, and I almost got greedy there. But I almost got greedy with an attempt at third, but it didn't matter anyways. I only have 1 out left, and the AI knows to throw it first, so now we're at the bottom of the second. I sometimes forget whether I'm at bat or if I'm pitching, so if you see me taking an early swing at the top of the inning, or these long delays at the pitching mount, this is why. I tend to pause the emulator rather than the game itself when I have to get up and do something like go to the bathroom or grab a bite to eat. You know, real life stuff. It's much more convenient than pausing the game and having to record around that. You know what I mean? Anyways, I pretty much end up getting this guy on base the same way as before. A strong hit along the left foul line that allowed me to steal second base. And this time, I don't actually get greedy for third base. Not that this will matter anyways. Just watch right here.
Third baseman, foul.
No, that was just a foul. Apparently, I don't know if you can steal base, but it doesn't matter because this is a double home run. Yippee! Man was I pumped to get that. It always feels good when you get that loud hit and you hear that.
Shortstop.
Like another one right there. Anyways, I don't know if you can actually steal base off of a foul in real life, but I do know that it is impossible to do this in this game.
Third baseman.
Which is funny because you can steal base on a strike. You can steal base on a ball.
Shortstop.
You could even steal base when the opponent isn't doing anything. Unfortunately, this is kind of going to... This is going to take a while. I think I counted it. I think the top of the third quarter alone takes up about a quarter of this video's length. And this is pretty much the reason why. I'm basically trying to get both basemen as far away from their respective bases as possible. And now I got the bases loaded. And once again, if you're playing on a Sega Genesis controller, you can't move the third and first baseman at the same time.
Strike.
You can move either one of them with the second baseman at the same time, but you can't move them both at once. And unfortunately, I could not get that run in, which is a shame.
Out.
Because my bases are loaded and now the third inning's over. I sometimes confuse quarter and inning because I'm more into football than I am into baseball, in case you haven't noticed. And I get another strikeout. I usually just pitch fastballs to get this scheme over and done with. I mean, the top of the third is long enough.
Out.
And that's pretty much it. So let's see now.
Baseman. Out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game plays out exactly.
Ball.
Pretty much the rest of the game until the 8th inning pretty much plays exactly the same way you would expect a typical inning to play out. There really isn't a whole lot going on the rest of the way. Maybe one or two small things.
Third baseman.
But, yep, 4th inning comes and goes very, very quickly. At least top of the 4th.
First baseman.
And definitely top of the 3rd, I should say.
Right fielder.
And, this is actually kind of tough to catch, because you don't really know which character you're actually controlling.
Baseman.
And if you are controlling both of them, the controls are not simultaneously. Like, sometimes, and I forgot I was at bat right there. Sometimes it seems like down is left and left is right, up is down.
Out.
Like, but no, it's actually very, very tough to figure out when the ball goes high in the air and you have to use an outfielder to catch it, but you don't really know which one you're controlling.
Second baseman.
I actually tried bunting the ball right there because the ball was way too close. So that's kind of unique, but otherwise it pretty much plays out the same as a typical quarter. Do I get a strikeout here? No, I don't.
Out.
But this was a very fast move. But this was otherwise a very fast moving 5th inning. Yep, and that was yet another case of confusing outfielders.
Second
Don't
baseman.
know which one you're controlling. And now we're up to the 6th inning.
Ball.
I actually forgot to mention this. Not that it really matters because the music in this game is very bland. I've heard worse. Forgotten Realms for the Sega Genesis, which was another year 1 release, has ear-piercingly bad music.
Third baseman.
But with Lasorda Baseball, the music pretty much changes every three innings.
Ball.
I can't really tell you what the names of any of those tracks are because there isn't a music test in this game. And yep.
First baseman. Out.
I told you, This is definitely the most exciting, most fun I've had playing Tommy Lasorda baseball up to this point. Oh, that was scary. I thought this would be a home run right there. But,
First baseman. Out.
yeah, I play this the exact same way, but it doesn't mean that some things don't freak you out a bit. I think things start getting a bit on track in the 7th inning, but I don't really score again until the 8th.
Right.
And, yeah. So, and if you don't see me swinging, it's because I don't know if it's in the strike zone or not, and I'm just kind of taking a gander if it will be out of the strike zone or not. My theory is because if you can't reach it, it's gonna be a strike anyways. And sometimes it'll be within the inside the strike zone. You can't hit it.
Out. First baseman. Out.
And this is actually starting to go because all my opponents are starting to hit the ball really hard.
Out.
But at least they all hit in the same general direction. Now, once again, I forgot I was at bat. And the 8th inning is pretty much, well, a very boring game.
Foul.
Past the 3rd inning, pretty much explodes with excitement.
Second baseman. Out.
Nope, not here. That was an out. And
Center fielder.
ooh, that was a home run! Yay! Woohoo! And believe it or not, that's not the only the only run I score in this inning. I scored 2 more times before this inning runs out.
Shortstop.
You see that? There's 4 more minutes left on the clock, so if I had to take a really guess, if you want to speedrun this game, I could imagine each inning taking about a minute, give or take, as at the absolute fastest. I think the absolute fastest game you can have is
Safe.
a 28 hit game. It is basically a 28 pitch game.
Shortstop. Safe.
And I'm good to steal it home right there. And my bases are loaded. I want to move each of my men a little,
Out.
quite a bit, so I can get an extra inning. And because I had to, since I only had 1 out up to that point, I was able to get another point. So that second out did not nullify the 5th inning. The 5th inning point. I mean, the 5th point, I meant.
Shortstop. Out.
So at this point, I just want this game over and done with.
Shortstop.
The only problem with just racking up runs left and right is that the game takes longer to finish, especially if they're not all home runs. Now we're at top of the 9th. You think and I actually get a strong hit and a man on base. I'm about to hit a double hitter home run. A 2-run home run right there.
Ball.
Nope.
Out.
Oh, never mind. I got greedy and got an out as a result.
Center fielder.
Here it is, my first home run. And it's my first home run dead at the dead middle of the field rather than off to the sides. No, home runs off to the sides are much easier to get, and fans love it because that means they get to catch it.
Third baseman. Out.
And right now I'm just trying to get this game over and done with. But
Left fielder.
I managed to get another strong hit for yet another home run. Woohoo! Yay! Can this game end yet? Please, pretty please. This is definitely, yeah.
Right.
I'm just swinging. I'm just swinging so I could get this over and done with.
Shortstop.
And I have such a strong cushion by this point in time, I don't bother using a safety net save state here. I just play on the same save state I did at the start of this video. And I just get one after another. Since I already lost the perfect game, I really have nothing to lose. So long as I'm not screwing up too badly, a 7-point lead pretty much is game, set, and match. So I just have to go through the motions, get one more out.
Center fielder.
And though this is kind of a scary one, as you can see, the game, set, and match, I win with 7-0. With a resounding 16 heads. That's insane! And look, I broke the tie! Now, tune in next time when I finally take on the Houston Astros. Oh, this is Mike Gordon, signing out.